Alrighty, guys, and one of the biggest dominoes to fall in the NBA's latest news. Oh my goodness, Kawhi Leonard has opted to sign a 4-year max, $142 million deal with the Los Angeles Clippers, and he is going to be teaming up with Paul George. That is right, guys. Paul George. The Clippers acquired him in a big-time trade from the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder, in exchange, will receive 6 future first-round draft picks from the Clippers. And of those picks, 4 of them are from the Clippers, and 2 are from the Miami Heat. So the Thunder, they are looking to build a huge overhaul of young prospects into the future. And this move, what it signifies for the Oklahoma City Thunder is that Paul George has now left that duo there with Russell Westbrook, and the Thunder, they seem to be in shambles right now a little bit. They still, got some good pieces there that they can build on. But Paul George making this move to the Clippers, I mean, the vast diversity now of what the basketball world has turned into, it is absolutely phenomenal if you're an average basketball fan, because you're starting to see major teams, a number of teams really be competitive out there, and so there's a lot of diversity, and that's what basketball, it's how it should be played. You'd never like to see one top dog that just commands, the entire landscape of the NBA, and that's one of the things that people had a lot to say about the Warriors. If you're a Warriors fan, you absolutely love what they have been able to do in winning 3 championships in like 4 years. In a span of 4 years, that was phenomenal, that ride that they are on in 5 straight finals. But that definitely can lose some viewership among the average basketball fans that say, why am I going to watch basketball if I already know who's going to be taking the championship at the end of the year? And now with all these superstars advancing to so many different teams, now we can't definitively say that we know who is going to win the championship at the end of the year. And with this move now, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to the Clippers instantly become legitimate NBA title contenders. When you look at this move, the Clippers, two of the best two-way players in NBA they have acquired. Obviously, Kevin Durant can be thrown in that equation as a two-way player. So Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, just an amazing duo. And the Clippers have a very young nucleus there, very young talent. You got to like the play of Patrick Beverley there. And this Clippers team, you have to keep in mind that last season, the Clippers were having an absolute amazing season. And then they made a very interesting trade in trading Tobias Harris. And many people thought, this is going to be a bad trade. They thought the Clippers are saying, okay, maybe we're not going to win the championship this year. And so this move is a way to retool us for the future. But nevertheless, following the trade, the Clippers still continue to play very good basketball, and they got into the playoffs. And when they got to the playoffs, they definitely gave the Warriors a run for their money in that first round. Nobody anticipated the Clippers being able to win 2 games in that series, and that's what they were able to do against a healthy Warriors team. The Warriors were pretty healthy at that point in time. I believe Game 2 was when Cousins went down in that first round. But nevertheless, that's still very impressive what the Clippers team, was able to do. And then now, you're adding Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to this young nucleus. Wow. It is going to be very interesting. And Leonard, he spurned the decision to go back to Toronto. And so if you're a Toronto Raptors fan, it is a bittersweet moment. The Raptors, they made a big risk when they traded DeMar DeRozan for Kawhi Leonard. Essentially, again, they did everything right. They believed that, hey, we can possibly win a championship with Kawhi, and, we'll be able to have the money to offer him the max, get him to re-sign, and then we'll build, our next championship team around Kawhi. And, if you're a Raptors fan, again, it's a feel-good story. You think, man, we win a championship. Maybe that's enough to convince Kawhi Leonard to stay. But Leonard had other decisions. I believe he even had bought a mansion or so in the Hollywood Hills or San Diego, somewhere in that area. And so, that probably led to the speculation that he essentially would be going to LA. But many people thought it was going to be to team up with LeBron James and Anthony Davis with the Los Angeles Lakers. And that, of course, is not how it played out. This actually makes the NBA even more exciting because one of the big things that I was talking about was, again, not having that top dog in basketball, that definitive team that you can say, all right, they're going to control the landscape of the NBA. And had Kawhi Leonard gone to the Lakers, you could have seen, that playing out. In the Clippers, they were very fearful of that potentially happening. And so they made a big move themselves, dishing out all of those future first-round draft picks. I mean, the Clippers, they are rolling the dice right now and saying, you know what, we are going to go for this championship. We believe we can build around this core group, and, we're going to be very competitive. And now the West, I mean, they got even better in this offseason. If we thought that the Western Conference in basketball was competitive before, now it is anyone's game for that top spot in the West. I mean, there is so much diversity across the talent pool in the NBA right now. It is so exciting. Now, looking at the stats of these two guys, let's look at it. Kawhi Leonard, he averaged 26.6 points a game to go with 7.3 rebounds and 3.3 assists. Now, Paul George and the Clippers are adding him to the mix. 28 points a game, 8.2 rebounds, and 4.1 assists. So you're adding two big-time scorers, two big-time superstars to this young group with the Clippers. Again, they are legitimate title contenders now, and that is going to be very exciting. As a basketball fan, I always love to see the minor markets or the, markets that are not quite, the attention is not on them quite as much, the spotlight and all that. Now, of course, it's hard for your spotlight in LA to not be that up, but when you have the Lakers there, they definitely control, I think, a lot of the fan base there. But you definitely still got a huge following of Clippers fans, and this is an exciting time if you're a Clippers fan. Comment down below, how excited are you guys, any Clippers fans out there, or even just in general, what moves is your favorite basketball team making? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And so I want to get into now how good the Western Conference is, because we are going to do a rundown now, guys, of some of the talent that each team offers, and we can be legit making a case as to why each of these teams, is a title contender, is a legit playoff contender, can push, the limits to a championship. So let's get into it now. So first, of course, we still got the Houston Rockets. They are still very competitive there. They have James Harden, Chris Paul, and they have an offensive-minded coach in Mike D'Antoni. You definitely know that he is going to be getting the Rockets on a nice offensive setup there, and so they are still going to be a force to be reckoned with. And of course, how can we forget the Lakers now? Having two of the biggest superstars in the game with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, the Lakers are going to have to continue to add a nice core group of veterans around to mesh with their young guys. The Lakers also made a big splash today getting DeMarcus Cousins. So Cousins will not be returning to the Warriors, and so that is going to be a huge signing for the Lakers. We'll see how Cousins continues to improve upon the season he had with the Warriors. But the Lakers, now they got three former Warriors there. They signed Quinn Cook also, and of course JaVale McGee, whom they've had. He re-signed, re-upped with the Lakers on a 2-year contract. So very interesting there with the Lakers, but you definitely have to watch out for them. They are definitely going to be a top dog in the West. But if you pit the Lakers against the Clippers, man, LA versus LA, that's a nice matchup. And so now going on, you still have to watch out for Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray up out there in Denver. They are a nice duo there to be forced to be reckoned with. And also, we can't count out Damian Lillard's Trailblazers. I mean, we saw what they were able to do this year, getting to the Western Conference Finals. And so they have been getting better and better, and they dismantled the Oklahoma City Thunder in their playoff series. Russell Westbrook I mean, since KD has left, Kevin Durant from the Thunder, Russell Westbrook has not been able to take his Thunder out of a first-round playoff series and go beyond the first round. So what are the Thunder going to do, man? That is going to be an interesting story. And then as we continue to go on to see the West, I mean, the Warriors, wow. Now look at, they still got that nice young core group with Curry, Thompson, and Green. And they very much still will be vying for a championship this upcoming season as they have acquired D'Angelo Russell. So whether Russell, he is a piece that they acquired to be able to team up with Curry in the backcourt to allow enough time for Klay Thompson to return from that ACL surgery. And so the Warriors, they can do two things. They can hold on to Russell's services when Klay comes back and figure out how they can mesh those three guys together with Curry, Thompson, and Russell, or they can use D'Angelo Russell as a huge trade piece to bring in a different pool of talent to be able to build around their team. So, the Warriors out there moving to a new arena in San Francisco, the Chase Center, they're going to be an exciting team coming out of the West. And then also the Jazz, they were able to add a very nice backcourt for Donovan Mitchell. Much needed backcourt. Now they got Rudy Gobert and they got Mike Conley. So the Jazz are featuring a very nice setup there. And so the West, man, up and down, they are stacked. Very competitive. And this is going to be so much fun, so much excitement coming. What a season we are in store. It just seems like every year basketball is getting more and more exciting with just all this news coming out, all this breaking news, all the dominoes falling. One domino falls, another is falling, and oh my goodness, guys, there is so much to be talked about. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. I very much appreciate and I read all of your guys' comments, and I definitely do my best to try to respond to you guys. I love to hear what you guys have to say. Comment down below, what are your thoughts on the big signing of Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers on a 4-year, $142 million deal? And what do you guys think of the Clippers, the price that they paid to trade 6 future first-round picks to bring in Paul George to, again, create this duo, this amazing team that they got now in Clippers? They are going to be legit title contenders. So love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on those moves and all of the other breaking news that's been going on around us. So many stories happening in the NBA. And also, what are your guys' thoughts on your favorite teams out there? What moves have you guys made? How competitive do you think the NBA is now? And even drop down some early season predictions. Who do you think is going to compete for a championship out of the West and out of the East as we go to the upcoming season? Would love to hear from all of you guys. Until next time, I will see you again. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.